Hey guys, so today I am so excited to be reviewing the Ever After High Dragon Games movie. So this is the first time I've had like a camera in front of me, and so if I'm like weird, I'm sorry. And this is my first formal review, so I actually watched the movie twice. The first time I watched it for enjoyment, and the second time I watched it and took notes. So I took like 4 pages of notes. I took like 5 pages and a half of notes. So this is all notes. I'm just going to run through the movie, tell you things I liked, tell you things I didn't like, and this is a spoiler review. So I'm going to mention everything that happened in the movie. So I'm so excited. I'm just going to start because this might be a really long video. And since I can't really edit yet, I kind of have to do it all in one go. So hopefully I don't mess up, and yeah. On Netflix, it was divided into 4 parts. Part 1 was Shatter the Mirror, and we start with Raven being popular. And that is very cool that Raven is popular because people like her character, and I love her character, and it's nice seeing her be popular. So let me just bring Raven over here. Here's Raven. I have all the dolls right here from Dragon Games, and I'm so excited. Raven is amazing. She was a great character in the movie. So, let me put her back down. Then Apple comes in, and because Raven has to go see her mother, because she sees her mother every now and then, and Apple comes in and she takes care of all the other students who are asking Raven to do something for them, and so Raven goes to see her mother. So when Raven goes to see her mother, she runs into Nevermore, which Nevermore is such a cute dragon. I am so excited. She is so cute. I'm pretty sure it's a she. Nevermore is a she. Yeah. She is so cute, and she can shrink and she can grow, and that's very cool. I love that they added that in the movie. And I just love Nevermore. Then when she goes upstairs and goes through a long hallway to see her mother in the mirror, Headmaster Grim told her to not touch the glass because that's how her mom could escape. So when she sees her mom is gorgeous. She's like very formal, and her voice is so good. And please excuse my shirt because it's not really Ever After High related. It's not like they make Ever After High guy clothes, so it's like I'll just put this on. So when she saw her mom, she was very excited, of course, and her mom was trying to persuade her to be evil, and of course she doesn't want to do that. So her mom tried to convince her. Raven got mad. She started using her magic, and Nevermore got like flung to the paint, and that was really funny. It's crazy. And so Raven's like, "Oh, I see what you're trying to do," and she leaves. And then they go to the lockers. We're at the lockers right now. So Holly and Poppy are there, and they are so cute. I love their voice actresses. Their voice seems so natural and fun and so cool, and I love their voices so much. And they're like, "We'll take care of Nevermore for you," since Nevermore was covered in all that paint. And let me look at my handy dandy notes what happens. Yeah, the twins are very nice. Like, they were so sweet to just take care of Nevermore, and I love that about them. They're very genuine. And then we meet Snow White, and it is so cool to see her. I love her long black hair and her blue eyes. She is so pale, and she's actually paler than Apple. So what I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, is that they make a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Snow White and the Evil Queen 2-pack. I would die for that, and I would definitely get that because they are amazing. So Apple's mom is like a businesswoman, and she cares a lot about her daughter or her popularity, which is kind of weird, but she is completely different from the Disney version. Like, we're used to seeing the Disney version with short hair, and yeah, but she's so much different. It's so cool that she cares about her daughter, and she wants her to be popular, so she does everything for her daughter. And what's funny is that it said like she employs like 700 dwarves, and that's really funny. The dwarves look hilarious, and that's very nice. And she's on a video chat with her daughter, telling her that she should persuade Raven to be evil, and that she should be more popular. So she has a plan to, make Raven evil, or to make Apple popular. That's what I was trying to say. And then we're back at the dorms where Raven and Apple, live. And I love their friendship. It's so cute seeing them together and just talking and chatting. It's like such a genuine friendship. You don't get to see this anymore in kids shows anymore. Like, the friendship usually they just break up and they never, like, they fight. Like, this show is so good and well scripted that it's just so amazing that they have such a good friendship on camera. And I like that they were talking about their mothers and they have mommy issues, and that's really funny, and I like that a lot. And then it's nighttime, and Apple is sitting on her bed, and she's on her iPad in her Getting Ferris outfit, which I love that they put the Getting Ferris outfit, like, I mean, it's cool. And on her iPad, her mirror pad, you could see the Ever After High app, which is very, very cool, and I was like, oh, that's so cool, that's the actual app. I've never used the app, but, you know, I just know that it's the actual app. Then, she goes to the mirror, and then her, Raven's mom sees Apple, and she's like, oh, she's, like, weak. And then that's when she persuades her with an apple. So Apple is technically following an apple, to where Raven's mom is, and Raven's mom is trying to convince her to break her out, and Apple's like, no, I can't do this, that's too mean. And then she's like, you want your happily ever after, right? And Apple's like, yeah. And Raven's mom's like, oh, you'll never break me out, you're like too weak and whatnot. And then Apple gets mad, she gets the dignity, takes the apple and just throws it at the mirror, and it's like such a powerful scene. And it's like Apple, like, she can be strong but selfish for breaking her out. So then the evil queen gets out of the mirror, and it's so cool. Like, her entrance is like so regal, and I love how the mirror shards on the floor, they look like spotlights on her, so very, very cool. Then after that, what was funny was that Apple was trying to leave. She's like, oh, okay, I got you out, I'm gonna leave. And then Raven's mom's like, no, you are going to help me, or I will tell everyone what you did and how you let me out. And then Apple's like, fine, I guess I'll help you. And that's when we see mirror shards. And she turns into a teenager to convince everyone else that she's not the evil queen. And I have a complaint about mirror shards, so let me get her over here. Here's mirror shards. I have one complaint. They made the doll and everything, she's cool, but she was in the movie too little time. Like, she was there for maybe 10 minutes and then she was gone forever. So I hope maybe we see her again. I'm not sure we will, but it'll be cool to see her again. So I left off with mirror shards. Then they go to the lunch table. Yes, Mira is gorgeous. I wrote down on my notes, Mira is gorgeous. And then we see Poppy and Holly care for Nevermore, and it's kind of a disaster. And I might not mention some scenes in the movie because they're not important. I'm not saying they're not important, they're fun to watch, but it's not important for my review. And they run into complications taking care of Nevermore, and then we see the mirror shards joke what's down, and it's actually what's up. And they lie, Apple and mirror shards lie, saying that they met through neighboring camps, and that's good lie. I would believe it. Not really. I don't know. I'm not sure. But then they put a bow on Nevermore, Holly and Poppy. They walk in the cafeteria, and they put a bow on Nevermore, and then Nevermore sees Mira and flips out. Nevermore recognizes the evil queen. So Nevermore goes crazy in the cafeteria and is running around there, throwing fire, everything. And Headmaster Grimm is like, Raven, blah, 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 why'd you do this? And Raven takes the blame for it. Yes, Holly and Poppy had Nevermore, but Raven took the whole blame for it. And I love that. Raven is such a sweet character for taking the blame, and it shows kids that maybe you should stand up for yourself, or even if your friend did something wrong, it's good to be a good friend and to be there for them, and that was very sweet. Then Mira and Raven go to a class. I forgot what class it was. I probably should have wrote it down, but I didn't write it down. They go to class, and we see Mr. Badwolf, who is very, very cool. And I love him. He's like such a cool character. And we'll see a little bit more of him later on in the movie. And then when they're in class, Raven gets an F in that class. And Mira is like trying to influence her to be evil and mean and rude. And I put bonding because after that there's some scenes where Mira and Raven bond. And that's very cool. And then back at the lunch, at the cafeteria. Mara kicks out Darling and Cerise, and Raven's like, why? They're my friends. And she's like, you shouldn't sit with them. I don't know what really she said, but yeah. And Apple this whole time, if you watch Apple throughout the whole movie, she's making some funny faces because she's trying to hide the fact that Mira Shards is like the evil queen, so she's just like, so it's really funny, and you should really, really like pay attention to Apple. And Holly and Poppy walk in, they're like, Nevermore ran off, and we should go look for him, and they're like all burnt, and like they're wearing some weird stuff on them, like pots and pans and pillows. And then they arrive at the old Dragon Games arena on the hunt for Nevermore, and then on the mirror pad, we get to see that the Evil Queen and Apple were rivals in the Dragon Games, so that's cool to see, and I'm actually like very glad that they showed that, and because it's kind of foreshadowing the Apple and Raven Dragon Games not fight, but the game. Then after that, they said that Legend was the last living dragon from the original crew of dragons from the Dragon Games where Snow and the Evil Queen fought, or played, not fought, they didn't fight. I mean, although that would be cool if you got to fight Iron Dragons, but that wouldn't be very kid-friendly. Then Daring is so stupid. I have to say it right now. Daring is stupid. I really hope his character changes, and I know he's there for comedy relief, but he doesn't appeal to me. Like, not all guys are like that, and I don't really like his character. Sorry if you really like Daring. Sorry. Then after that, we find out that Legend is pregnant. Well, they find Nevermore at the stable where Daring is, and Legend is pregnant, so that's very cool. And they didn't say the word pregnant, but Marriage was just like, so that was very cool and funny. And after that, the babies are born, but not really. So the eggs are there, and they have to be hatched, and usually they're by an active volcano, so Raven uses her magic to warm the dragons, but then Mara uses her magic. So 4 of the eggs, if you overheat them, they become evil dragons, which is very strange and weird. And it actually added something to the dragons. It actually gave them character. And I love the dragons. They're so cute. I love them so much. They're adorable. And I hopefully hope that we can see more of them. And it makes me really excited for the future. And Blondie is everywhere. I wrote down here, Blondie is everywhere. In this whole movie, Blondie and her mirror cast, she's everywhere, filming everything, and that's very cool, and I like that they brought her along. And then Cotton Candy Maddie, I put that down, that Maddie, when she had her dragon, she had cotton candy on her head, and it was funny, and she made a crazy face. That was cute. And then Mirror starts writing Nevermore, and on the mirror cast it zooms in, and guess who's watching? No other than Snow White. So Snow White recognizes Mirror Shards right away, and she's like, oh, I have to go to the school right now. So then we are at an assembly, and then Snow introduces what Dragon Games is, and that they're bringing it back. And it's so cool that Ashlyn and Lizzie both made the outfits for all the Dragon Games girls. So the models for them were Poppy and Holly, which let me get them right now. Here's Poppy, and here's Holly. I haven't reviewed Poppy yet because I just got her yesterday before the movie, before I watched it. And look at them. I'm not sure if it's zooming in or anything or focusing. But yeah, they were the models, and in the movie they look so cool, and I love them so much. So let me just put them to the side. Yeah, so they were modeling, and then Snow White takes them outside to the new Dragon Games arena, which is so cool, and I love the new Dragon Games arena. And if you have the bookmarks, the little books that came with the dolls, you could see the arena, so that's cool. And at the arena, Mira steps out, and she's like, starts talking, saying blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah, and then I'm just gonna get to the reveal. She reveals herself, and that's cool. And Raven's like, dang, that's my mama over there. And she's like, oh, why is she here? And then Maddie made a funny joke. She's like, yay, the evil queen, said no one ever. So that was really funny. It's like kind of a play on words on some other things that social media uses today. Like, said no one ever. Like, people. It's like a meme, I think. And Snow recognized her, of course, and Apple, the whole time, she was cringing. So if you, like, look at Apple's face when she's standing next to her mother, she's just like, oh, oh. Oh, and I forgot to mention that, Snow gave credit to Apple for all the Dragon games coming back and everything. So now Apple's popularity probably went up. So that's, they lied, which is bad, but she just wants her daughter to be popular, which I guess you can't blame her. I can't tell her how to raise her daughter. I don't know, not sure. And then, now we're at part 2. The last thing I wrote here was Mira little screen time, which, yeah, she just had a little bit of time, but what can you do? If the movie were 3 hours, then I bet they would have used Mira a lot. Now we're at part 2, Hatch the Dragons. So in part 2, Raven stands up for her friends. We're still at the arena, and Raven just steps out, and she just starts talking, and the evil queen tricks them to letting her play in dragon games, and they allowed it. And the evil queen turns Rumpelstiltskin into a frog, and she captures him. So the big thing of the evil queen is she's capturing all the teachers throughout the whole movie, and she has some help, which I will tell you about later. And I'm using "and" so much in this review, I've noticed. It's like crazy. And I put Apple funny face because Apple is making so many funny faces throughout this whole movie. Capture the teachers. So Snow and the evil queen are the coaches for the teams in the Dragon games. I did write down who's on what team for the Dragon games, and I'll tell you that later. I'm just moving along the movie, and now we are... Wait a minute. Okay, I think this is the part where we go into the limo. Pretty sure. We're at the limo, which is gorgeous and it's so beautiful. Snow White's limo. Sorry, I couldn't think of it right now. Snow White's limo, and Apple and Snow right there, and she's like, "Why would you let her play in the games? Don't you know she's evil?" Then Snow has a mirror, which is very special and important to the movie, that she can capture the evil queen. So she had a backup plan. And I put gorgeous limo. And then we go into the sign-ups for the Dragon games. We're like in the hallway right now, and we see Ashlyn, Maddie, Melody, and Lizzie like ready to sign up. And I have a complaint about that too, which I will get to later. Then Raven and Ashlyn are talking, and Raven's like, "Oh, I don't want my mama to be, here right now, blah blah blah." And who can trust her? Fable is listening to this whole conversation, and I do like that Fable is really important to this movie. Like, she's a big part of this movie. Like, and you get a lot of character development from Fable, and I really like that. I didn't expect Fable to be in this movie at all. They didn't show in the previews Fable in it at all, so I was like, a nice surprise, and very nice to see her. So Fable joins the evil queen. So Fable's job is just to capture all the teachers. That's mainly her job for right now. She changes later, but I'll tell you about that when I get to it. Fable captures teachers. Nevermore is kidnapped, or sort of kidnapped. Nevermore, she just puts her by her office. The evil queen puts Nevermore by her office, and Fable lets her go, and then Fable starts flying. I don't know. It's kind of weird. That seems kind of strange. Then the choosing of the teams. I actually wrote the teams down because I wanted to tell you guys about it. The evil queen chose Apple first, and Apple is just like confused. She's like, "I wanted to be with my mom." She's like, "Oh, well, I guess I'll just tell everyone what happened when I escaped from my mirror." And Apple's like, "No, I'll join your team. Let's change things up." So on the evil queen team is Apple, Ashlyn, Melody, and Maddie. And on Snow's team is Darling, Holly, Poppy, and Lizzie. And can I just say that Ashlyn, Maddie, Melody, and Lizzie need dolls? Like, they are so detailed in the movie and so gorgeous. Why wouldn't they make the dolls? Like, make a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 4-pack or something. I really, really want them now. And especially Melody. She's gorgeous and amazing. So, I think we're ready to start the games. Oh, the demonstration. Snow and the evil queen demonstrate how to play the games, but I like how the evil queen changed into pants. That was so cool. I really like that. I put Fable captures more adults, and how you play the game is you collect gems, and after that you have to go through a hoop, or you have to throw the ball through the hoop in order to get the points you got from the gems. So it's actually very cool, and I hopefully they make like a video game out of it. Like, yeah, that would be very fun. Fable wants the mirror from Snow White, or the evil queen asked her to take the mirror from Snow White. So she sees the mirror, she takes it, but Daring is sitting right there with like a bag full of mirrors, which is just absurd. And like I said, I don't really like Daring, but I still wanted all of him because that would change his personality, especially in my Ever After High shenanigans. Anyway, Fable and Daring accidentally switched mirrors, so now Daring has the powerful mirror to capture the evil queen, and Fable just has a plain mirror. And that's very interesting. And then I put Power Princess Shining Bright. We get to hear the song for a little bit while they play the first round of Dragon Games, and it's a fail. The dragons are still babies, and they can't really play Dragon Games, so it's like, yeah, but it's very cute that they're all struggling with their little dragons, and I just love it so much. It's amazing. I put Q. Look, I put Q. I just put Q. Then the dragons grow eventually from Fable, because Fable put something in the food for them to grow, and Snow's like staring at the evil queen, and the evil queen was like, I was here the whole time, I don't know what you're talking about. Then, yeah, I just really like Fable. Fable was talking to Raven when she was putting the food, the grow formula or whatever, and she was like, wow, your mother's so cool, I would be like, totally be evil with her and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I really like Fable, and I really liked her in this movie. She was really cool. There's a lot of awesome action now, because that's when the game started. And there's a special cameo with Justine, Dancer, and Fair Good Fairy, which is very cool. And I love how they look in the animation. They look very cool. I really, really like them. Now we're at the evil queen teaches wrong. I wrote that because the evil queen, when she coaches, she tells them win at all cost, and yeah, like no mercy, or like go, if you have to kill someone, kill them. So this scene was really powerful to me, in my opinion, when Darling and Apple crashed into Darling, and Darling just fell. Like, that was very like powerful, and like, this is like a kid's movie, but I'm not saying that it's not bad. I'm saying it's very good for them to add that, and to put that there. And then Darling can't play for a little bit, so guess who takes her place? No other than Raven Queen. So it's so cool. I do have a complaint about Raven, though. In her outfit, her hair, let me get the doll. In the movie, her hair should be up to here. Yeah. I really want it to be longer. If I could reroute, I would probably reroute a doll and just put the hair up to here, because it's so luxurious and gorgeous. And then they fight, and I put Maddie is so cute because she's just amazing. And I put Raven looks gorgeous. Okay, then this scene is like very, very like serious. So we see just some like people outside. I was just like staring over there. Yeah, but this scene was very powerful, where Apple and Raven had a little fight. Raven threw shade at Apple. She was like, you're so selfish for doing this, blah, blah, blah. You're so blah, 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 blah. And it was very, wow, it was crazy that she just quit. Raven's like, I quit, I can't do this, and she just left. And it was, very jaw-dropping, in my opinion. I could be overanalyzing this. Some people could have just seen it and just been like, oh, cool, they're just fighting. But I was, being very picky about this movie, and there's not a lot of complaints I have. There's some, but just not that many. And, yeah, and then Fable realizes she has the wrong mirror. She's like, oh no, Snow realizes she has the wrong mirror, because, I should probably read my note. Okay, so before the mirror realizing thing, Nevermore starts flying around, and Raven leaves with Nevermore. Then the evil queen puts a magic spell on Nevermore, and Nevermore starts raining fire around the whole school, the arena, and it's crazy. And I'm just like, wow, I can't believe it. And Raven gets blamed for all of that, and that's very mean and rude, and I can't believe they would do that to poor Raven. I just killed Poppy. Poppy just died. I am so sorry. So yeah, poor Raven and Nevermore. He had a little bit of too much gas, aka the evil queen is evil. And then Snow and the evil queen have like a little showdown, and that's when she tries to use the mirror to lock her back up because she knew it was her that did the wrong things, but she realizes she doesn't have the right mirror. So, and then Daring gets captured inside the mirror because he's like, capture Daring Charming, and he gets himself captured. Of course, the most stupidest character would get himself captured from a mirror. Yeah. Now we are in part 3, Escape the Forest, which I think is my favorite part of the movie. I think it's my favorite part because it's cute. Then I put Darling is adorable, and she gets the mirror. She's like, why would Daring leave his mirror? So Darling has like a little satchel, and she puts the mirror in her satchel. And Darling takes the mirror, of course. Okay, so at this part, they're back at the stables, and Raven feels bad, and she doesn't feel well, and Apple's there too. And then Raven realizes that it was Apple who let her mother out. So Raven is furious. Raven leaves. She needs to hide out. She needs to get out of here. She's like tired of everything. She has a need to leave. So Raven and Apple break up, which is very sad. And I was just like, oh, because I really love their friendship. It's like so amazing. And so they technically break up. Then Snow is captured. We are back at Raven's mom's principal office, and we see that all the teachers are there captured, and we see that Snow is about to get captured, and she does, and she goes into a snake. I like how all the teachers are different animals. It's very cool. And I wrote Snow exposed perfect queen, so I think the evil queen said something to Snow. She's like, you're not perfect, blah blah blah. And so Raven recruits Darling to help to hide at the enchanted forest. That's what Darling suggests, and then Fable overhears. Of course, there has to be like someone listening every single time that they say something secret. And Darling's like, come alone. But no, that didn't happen. When they're at the stables, Darling walks in, and then you see Poppy and Holly and Maddie and Ashlyn walk in with Darling. And then Raven's like, what? I said come alone. But they're like, oh, it could be dangerous. You might need help. We're here for you. And I really like that. It shows friendship and girl power. Then, throughout this whole movie, the only thing Fable wants is attention. Like, she just wants to be listened to. She just wants to, you know, get attention. And the school goes into the sky. The evil queen throws the school into the sky, and we get introduced to a new character. I'm so excited. Ramona Badwolf, daughter of the big bad wolf, which means Cerise and her sisters. No way, Cerise has a sister. One of the coolest Ever After High characters has a sister. And I'm so excited. She looks really cool. And I'm saying it now on video. If she doesn't have wolf ears, I will hunt down Ever After High and tell him something. I will tell him something not very nice that I can't say on my channel because it's PG. Then they're in the sky, and it's like very dark and scary. Like the movie got really serious like at this part. And then we get introduced to the Forest Pixies, which they're so cute. Let me just bring them over here. The Forest Pixies, we get introduced to these girls, and they're actually sort of different. They're cuter in the movie, no offense to these. I mean, they're still cute, but I thought they were going to talk in the movie, but they don't talk at all. They just make squeaky noises, and it's cute. I love it, and I like that they don't talk. It adds something to their characters. Then the Forest Pixies are so cute, and the pixie, I think it was Dearla. Dearla heals Darling's leg from being hurt by Apple. And I put, oh, this was at the school, back at the school scene. I kind of flipped this around accidentally. And they were supposed to guard the school. Fable put a dragon in front of Jillian Beanstalk, which she is such an awesome character. I love how dark her skin is, and I love her accent. So Jillian threw some beans on the ground. She was gonna escape, but Fable just comes out of nowhere and she's like, "Stop! You can't leave!" Blah blah blah, and she like makes the dragon breathe fire to scare her away. And then I put Apple is gonna go after Raven because she feels bad and she has to. And the evil queen. This is back like at the principal office again. I think it was principal office. I'm not sure. Pretty sure. No, this was at the dorm where Apple's like, "I feel bad. I shouldn't have listened to you." This is to the evil queen, and I have to go help my best friend out. And I did some wrong things. I need to change. She was right. Her mother is evil, or you're evil, and I'm like talking like someone's right here. Is it right here? So yeah, she goes after Raven, but before that, the evil queen tries to tempt her with the poison apple. She's like, "You can, this is the next step in your destiny, here, take it." And Apple's like, "No, I can't do this." And this scene was kind of like my heart was like, wow. So the evil queen just throws Apple outside of the school, and Apple is falling, and Apple makes a scream at that part that I was just like, whoa. Like, it was very, like, scary. Like, Apple could have died, but the evil queen said, "I don't do things just to do it. It all happens for a reason." So she fell on the beanstalk that Jillian had. So thanks, Jillian, you saved Apple's wife. Apple's wife. Apple doesn't have a wife, but people are okay, I'm gonna get to that later. You saved Apple's life, and then Apple is now on her way with Brayburn. They're at the stables now, and the evil queen asked Fable to follow Apple, and they head to the enchanted forest. And I made it so far into this video without like completely messing up. Yeah. So oh, and funny thing was, when Fable saw the pixies for the first time, she's like, "Ugh, pixies want to be fairies." Or, she's like, "Pixies want to be fairies." That was very cute and funny. And yeah, I thought pixies were fairies, but fairies and pixies, I don't know. I'm not into this fairy tale thing. Did I just say that? Because I love Firefly. What am I saying? Don't listen to me. Okay, so, it's a beautiful place where, like, Raven is and everyone, like, in the enchanted forest is a safe place. So when they're there, Apple confronts Raven. She's like, "I'm sorry, what I did was wrong. I want to change. I want to be a better person." And they kind of like made up, and I was so excited because I love them together. They have the best friendship in the whole entire show. And then Fable sneaks the poison apple, and Apple eats it, and Apple dies. No, she doesn't. She falls asleep. And then the dragons are there, the evil dragons with Fable, and the forest pixies use their magic with Raven to like block the dragons away, and they're all worried about Apple. They put Apple in a casket, just like in the original Snow White story. And there's a lot of tension, but then Maddie broke the tension by saying, we're like at this like funeral part now, and Maddie was like, "Is she gonna snore for years and years and years?" That was funny. And I think whoever was next to her, she was just like, "Be quiet. This is sad." And this is like a funeral service. And Raven is apologizing. She feels horrible and very bad about everything. And yeah. And then something amazing happens. Maddie makes a Monster High reference. How cool is that? Maddie's always breaking the fourth wall, so it's just so cool that I don't know what she mentioned a Monster High reference. I didn't expect that, and I was like so excited. I was like, "Oh, you mentioned Monster High!" So it's hinting at the possible crossover about to happen. So that's very cool and exciting. Then, Daring eventually gets freed from that mirror, and he's like, "Yeah," and he sees Apple and whatnot, yeah, and so he's gonna have to kiss Apple, and that is the end of part 3. This is Battle the Queen, Part 4. So more friends come. Like, I think Rosabella was there, I don't know. And new characters, yay! So we see Nina Thumbell for the first time. We see Jillian again, Justine, Farah. And they're there to help with Apple and whatnot. And now we're back with Fable and the Evil Queen. Fable just wants credit for doing all that she did, and she doesn't get it, and it's kind of sad. But she's evil, and I like that about her. Fable became one of my favorite characters in the whole movie. She's a very, very good character. And Daring kisses Apple, and she doesn't wake up. Here's my theory. The reason why Daring wasn't able to kiss her awake is because he's the next beast. I'm pretty sure this is true. You guys saw the 2-pack with Daring and Rosabella for Epic Winter, right? Well, he's the next beast. He's going to be with Rosabella. I'm not saying that he has to, is no longer like Destiny, but he has that story. And I think Rosabella is going to help him cope with all of that. So, I can't wait to see what happens in Epic Winter and in the webisodes. So, there's another funeral scene again, and Raven gets dignity, and she leaves. She's like, I have to defeat my mother, there's another way I can do this. And everyone's like, wow, don't turn evil, blah, 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 and she just leaves. So, Raven, we get to see her in her San Diego Comic-Con outfit, and it is so cool. And then, Raven fakes being evil, and Fable is mad because, she wants credit for everything, so she switches sides. But before that, I have to talk about something important. Darling did not kiss Apple. Darling gave CPR to Apple. CPR and a kiss are completely different things. They didn't kiss. Stop shipping them. I am all for the LGBT community, but I don't want it to happen like this. I want new characters to be like that. Not like Apple probably is going to be with someone else. And I want Darling with Chase Redford. I mean, come on. They set that up perfectly in Winter Wonderland. It has to happen. But, yeah. So, Apple wakes up from Darling, CPR, and she's just like, did Daring wake me up? And they didn't really ever answer her, but, she's like, where's Raven? And then the people there get together, and they start riding their dragons, and they go off to fight the Evil Queen. And it's just so cool to see them all riding their dragons and joining forces together to fight them. And back to where Raven is. The Evil Queen has all the teachers trapped in there, and Raven's like, I'm evil, blah, 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 and the Evil Queen's like, prove it. And she opens a portal, and she's like, throw the teachers in there and whatnot, and Raven's like, I can't do this. So she uses her magic against the Evil Queen, and the Evil Queen's like, I'm more powerful. So she uses her magic and flings Raven across the room, and I actually felt bad for Raven. Like, that was, wow, she hurt her own daughter. That's very, very rude. Like, that was very intense. So like I said, Fable switched sides, and yeah, so she helped everyone. She has the mirror now, and she gave them the mirror. Well, she didn't have the mirror, and she didn't give them the mirror. She was just there, but she unlocked the mirror for them. So she did this little, cool little cheer to unlock it, and now they're on their way to fight the Evil Queen. And help arrives, and there's a lot of action in this part. I'm almost done, you guys. And I put Blondie as Cray. Why? She's I think she was riding a dragon. She's riding a dragon, flying in midair, filming the battle going on, wearing a bucket, fire getting flung at her and everything, and she's just filming it. And poor Cedar, because Cedar's the one who films stuff for her. So poor Cedar, she's getting dragged up in this action. And we see different people watching the mirror cast, and we see Michelle Mermaid for the first time. So excited. She is so pretty. Michelle Mermaid is the daughter of the Little Mermaid, and I'm so excited that we got to see that, and it's very interesting. So now Maddie, there was this little scene with Ashlyn and Maddie. Ashlyn was like, use the fire extinguisher, and Maddie's like, okay, and she just throws it at a dragon. And Ashley was like, oh, I guess that works too. And now we're at the Apple and Raven versus the Evil Queen. And that scene was very powerful. And Apple's like, the Evil Queen was like, you have to be evil and whatnot. And Apple's like, we all have a choice. And then they band together to defeat the Evil Queen. And then Apple uses the mission to capture the Evil Queen. But the Evil Queen's magic is more powerful. So then Raven jumps off of Nevermore onto Brayburn. And she uses her magic too as well to stop the Evil Queen. And they capture her. And then everything is back to normal. And at the end we see Raven visit her mom. And she's like, blah, blah, blah. They're on good terms now. Of course she's mad. She wants her to still be evil. But, like, everyone's friends now and everything. And then we end with, like, a Dragon Game scene. And it's so cool that at the end we see Raven's mom with the foam finger rooting on her daughter. So that's very cool. And I'm done. That was the end of the movie. Overall, the movie was amazing. I give it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't perfect. There's some things that could have been better. But overall, it was amazing. I loved it. And Apple was amazing. Another complaint, this doll looks nothing like the Apple from the movie. But this doll is so gorgeous. So, yeah. The movie was amazing. And I can't wait for Epic Winter. I'm going to leave because this video was probably like 50 minutes. I feel like I've been sitting down here for 50 minutes. If you want to see me do more reviews, like on movies, or some TV shows, or anything else, Ever After High related, Monster High related, real movies like in the movie theaters, I will review them for you. Thank you. And now I have to turn off the camera and have to get up. So look at Apple. Look at Apple. Look at Apple. Yeah. Apple, say bye. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching Ever After High Dragon Games. And me and Raven are on good terms now. And goodbye.